Welcome to the Danette May Show, where you'll receive profound breakthroughs, courage to break old patterns, and live into your soul's purpose. Each week, I will bring you epic guests and live coaching to remind you of your power. You have the ability to achieve extraordinary things, and the time to start is now. Today, I want to talk about how do we manifest in real time. I'm going to share a story with you on how I manifested truly something in a very important time, in a moment when I really needed it, and what spirit was guiding me to do. And then I'll share with you the guided meditation that I actually did. I'll even put the sound frequencies behind that guided meditation. I'm going to credit the song in the show notes where I got this song, because it has opened up a lot for me on being able to create. I'm going to share exactly what I do to create in real time. I think there's been a lot of question around, is it possible to create in real time? Or is that actually woo-woo? Is that really actually not something true? And I have done it time and time again. And I'm going to give you a real life story. This is going to be a quick episode, but I do want to share something that just happened recently and what I did. And then I'm going to share the meditation with you so that you can dive right into this and do this in your own life when you really need it. Let me preface by saying that I have been practicing meditation. I have been practicing really connecting into the quantum field on a daily basis. I wake up in the morning and go straight into meditation to really practice going into theta state. This is something I've been doing for many, many years, which I do think, like anything, like going to the gym or practicing something, you get better at it, which strengthens that belief muscle, which also strengthens this ability to connect to the quantum field. So if it doesn't happen for you right away, I promise you, as you continue to practice these meditations, practice these things you're learning in the podcast, you are going to become more and more empowered and way quicker at manifesting. So it's not like some people have this gift and others don't. I think it's just, I've been putting a lot of time and effort and learning how to do this. And it ended up panning out for me when I really, really needed it. And it's done this before, but I'm going to share a very recent story with you. So recently I was putting on a live event in LA. I had a live audience of women some people who had flown in from across the country to be there, some people who had driven many hours to be there, put up time and resources to stay at hotels. So I had a live audience, as well as I was interviewing some really incredible guests that were coming in to be featured on the podcast. So this was like a twofold event. It was interviewing really epic people on the podcast, as well as entertaining and adding value to a live audience. Now, the venue that we had chosen for this event was a venue I'd never worked with before. Joe Dispenza had just done an event there, so I figured, hey, this is a good venue. And it was set up to be this audio visual experience for really professional high-end DJs. So it had screens on all the walls, the ceilings. It was an incredible visual experience. Then the audio, the sound quality was supposed to go surround sound through the whole room. So your sound experience was just bar none with the visuals. So I was like, this is going to be perfect. I'm going to have this really amazing event for this live audience, plus for the podcast people that are coming on. Great. So you guys, we show up and, I have to tell you, it wasn't like I planned very long for this live event. It was something that kind of last minute I felt called to do. I also really wanted people to be able to hear other experts outside of me on the idea of manifesting. That's why I was like, I'm going to bridge this podcast world with this live event world. But it was put together quite last minute, but I felt strongly about it. And this is the number one thing I want to stress, is that when you feel strongly towards something, it feels almost like a hit of inspiration. We might label it as a download. Then you are in guidance with spirit. You know that you are walking hand in hand with God, with spirit, with a higher power, because it's not like someone told you to do this or you were like, oh, I'm going to make money doing this. It's like an inspirational hit, right? So that's really where I was at. I fly into LA, go to this venue, and I have people lining up outside. It's hot. It's kind of in a sketchy place of LA. It's the first day. And the AV team, all of a sudden, all the screens are down. I'm saying everything. They don't have my logo. They don't have any screen power. And they were like, this never happens. They were on calls. They were struggling. You could see like this cursor on the screen going back and forth. It was really, really bad. We had to let people into the venue, but we were 45 minutes late from the time it was supposed to start because there was no screens. I'm talking massive technical problem. Thankfully, the live audience was super invested in one another, also just kind of unfazed, it seemed like, which is great. And I had given buffer room for when these live podcast people were coming on. So it didn't screw us up too bad, but it was very uncomfortable. And obviously, no one wants AV not to work for 45 minutes after the start time of your event. So this happens day one, and some of the screens don't work. Some of the videos don't play. So it's kind of an AV nightmare. Now, the second day, we're like, okay, they troubleshooted all of this AV. We should be fine. Second day, we get in there. The screens are working. There's music playing. I'm like, gonna be a great day. I'm back in the green room, and my right hand comes back to me like right before we're going to start. Like people are already in the room. They're already sitting. We're ready to kick off the event. And she's like, the sound has completely gone out. There is no sound working in the speakers. They do not know why. I don't know what to tell you. They're working on it. I had a moment in that green room where she just walked out, and I sat there on the couch. There was white walls. It wasn't a fancy green room. And I literally had a conversation with a higher power, God, source, universe, whatever you want to say. And I said, there's obviously a lesson in this for me. Yesterday was such a cluster. And now out of nowhere, right as we're ready to start, there's no sound. The sound system is just completely gone. What are you trying to teach me? I literally offered up a prayer. I was like, what are you trying to teach me? And within seconds, I get this feeling and this impression. It's almost as if someone's communicating with me, but there's no words, but it's like telepathic. And it said, are you going to be about it, or are you going to talk about it? And I instantly knew what that meant. Spirit was asking me, you want to talk about manifesting. You want to be somebody who people can go to and receive coaching around manifesting. You want to show people their power. Okay, you want to step into this realm and you're going to call it Manifestival. You're going to host a podcast around this. You're going to host events around this. Then you get to be about it. Turn on the sound. That was the message. And I was like, okay, you want me to turn on the sound. So what I did is I grabbed my phone and I went to a tried and true song that I typically love. When I first heard this song, it took me back to the temples of Egypt. It brought me into a meditation where I was sitting in the temples in Egypt. I believe it was the Isis temple. And it's called lapis lazuli. And I love lapis lazuli. It is the color on my branding. It's the color on the branding for Earth Echo products. It's a healing color. Obviously, this stone is massively potent, has psychic abilities. I love lapis lazuli. So this song, when I found it, I remember meditating to it for the first time, dropped in instantly. So I just felt the inspiration to go to the song immediately. So I pull up the song, I sit there in the green room, I close my eyes, and I instantly in my mind wanted to go directly to the AV stand. You know, the like AV, the AV equipment. Even though I know nothing about AV equipment, I am not a tech person. I do know there's like this big box. They turn a bunch of knobs and it turns on sound. And I remember seeing that box on the stage. So my brain instantly wanted to go to that box and turn it on in my mind. And I felt spirit nudge me again and said, you need to get into love. You know how this works. You need to get into the love frequency. So I went to the easiest thing that I could love, and that was the audience and the people in the audience. And I closed my eyes and I thought and felt the hearts of each person that was sitting in the audience. And it filled myself up with love, and I was building myself up with love. And then it was telling me and guiding me to go throughout the room of that room. And that meant to the AV team that was screwing up, and send them that love that I could feel so effortlessly from those women. And I brought it to the AV team, and I brought it to the owner of the building, and I brought it to my right hand and to the people who were assisting at this event, and which was building up so much love within myself, because it was easy to love them. It was easy to see their humanity. It was easy to feel gratitude for the efforts they were making to make this an event go well. It was easy for me to conjure up this love. And once I had filled up this room with love, I even thought about all the different people outside the building. I remember driving into that building, and there were some people on the streets. There were some cops on the streets. It was kind of somewhat of a shady area, in my opinion. So I was sending love to those people outside the building that I remember briefly seeing. And I then, once I was filled up with so much love, I took that energy to that box, to that AV box on the stage that I knew they were fiddling with knobs with. And I sent energy right into the knob and turned it within my mind. And all of a sudden, within, like, I'm telling you, split second, I hear testing, 1, 2, 3. And I open my eyes from the meditation. My right hand runs into the room, and she goes, "They turned on the AV. It's on. It's working." And I just had this moment of smile, and I said a quick gratitude prayer, because now the people were waiting for me right out there. So I said a quick prayer of gratitude, and I knew in my heart this was a message for me, that I had to be put on the line in a moment where I really care about each person that showed up and sacrificed their time and their resources to be there. And it was pressure. It was pressure on me, and Spirit was right. If you're going to talk about it, be about it. And so I got onto the stage, and I was like, this is an opportunity to talk about this particular moment, that when you're going after a dream, or you're stepping into something that's unknown or feels scary, or you feel like you just need so much support, that to recognize that things are not always going to go smooth, but it doesn't mean you still can't create in real time. It still doesn't mean there's messages and gifts being given to you, even in the chaos. This was a massive message for me. Now, what I would love to do is share with you this meditation and bring you into love. Now, no matter what you're going through in this lifetime, if you wanting to create a better relationship, or you wanting to have more clarity about a decision, or you're like, hey, I need to write this funnel, or I need to do this next business thing, getting yourself into love is going to really help amplify your ability to create it. So the first step I want you to do is think about something that you would like to have happen, or you would like to experience or to feel. And I want you to quickly jot that down, or to make note of it in your mind. You got to have a specific. So for example, my specific was I was trying to turn on the sound of AV. I knew what the sound of AV sounded like. So that's easy. I knew that there was a box on the stage that had knobs that they'd fiddled around with to get AV to work. So I had a visual in my mind. You have to find your visual in your mind. So go ahead and find that first before we drop into the meditation. What is that thing that you're wanting to have created right now? Okay. First, you got to do that. You got to know what you want. You got to get clear on what you want. You may not know the how, but you know what you want. So that is first. Second, you got to have a belief. I didn't question whether this would work. I mean, I was willing to just step into it. I just stepped into it. But once again, I've been practicing this for many, many, many years. I've been practicing this ability to drop into what is called Theta state. It's an altered state of the brain, which brings you closer to the quantum, which scientists are now discovering there's an energy field around us. We have lots of energy fields around us, and there's a field of infinite potential. And so when you are in this frequency of love and belief and gratitude, you are closer, and you can pull the thing in that you are desiring. You pull it into your 3D reality, truly. So you got to have a belief. And I've been practicing on this belief. I go into Theta meditation all the time. You guys can tune into my meditations here on the podcast. I'll link to my community that has access to all these meditations, or a meditation bundle in the show notes, so that you can have access to these meditations. This is what I've been studying for years. And not only just studying these, but these sound frequencies that amplify and make it easier for you to drop into these theta states. This is my deep work that I've been working on behind the scenes. So here I am. You got to know what you want. You got to go into belief. All right. So we're going to drop into this now, this meditation. So I'm going to invite you now to get into a comfortable place. Find yourself a place where you can be not distracted. Doesn't matter if you're in a green room or an airport, just know that no one's going to grab you and interrupt you. If you need to text somebody right now and just say, hey, I'm going to be meditating, please don't bother me, do it. This is what we do in our family. And I'm going to invite you now to listen to this music for just a second. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and take a big, deep breath in, seeing if you can fill up oxygen in through past your throat, past your chest, down into your belly, and then slowly exhale it out. Beautiful. Go ahead and take another cleansing breath just like that, filling up your throat, your chest, all the way down into the bottom of your belly with as much oxygen as you can allow. And then slowly and steadily exhale it out. Beautiful. Now taking another deep breath in, I want you to see the number 3 in your mind's eye 3 times. And then on your next inhale in, see the number 2 in your mind's eye 3 times. Beautiful. And taking another deep breath in and exhaling it out, see the number 1 3 times in your mind's eye. Beautiful. You are now at a deeper level of mind. You are now more relaxed than you were when we started. You are heading into a healing state, bringing your parasympathetic nervous system down. Go ahead and just feel your body relax even deeper. Beautiful. I want you to notice the space in your body where your heartbeat lies. Go ahead and feel your heartbeat right now. Notice it and the sensation in your chest. Beautiful. Now notice the space around your chest. Keeping your awareness around this heart space, I want you to think about someone or something that is so easy to love. It might be a pet, a child, your favorite vacation or place to go. What is that thing that is just so easy to love? Go ahead and bring them into your awareness in that heart space. Beautiful. Now we're going to take it a little further and think about other things that are just so easy to love. Maybe it's your bed, another place on this earth that you love to go, or the blue sky, or the sun hitting your face, the laughter of children, or your pet wagging their tail, or coming up to give you affection and love. Go ahead and bring that love and awareness into you now. Breathing that all in, feeling it starting to fill up your whole body and starting to extend outside your body. Now go ahead and think about your loved ones, family members, friends, people that are close with you, and go ahead and send them that love right now. Beautiful. Now extend that love out to those in your sphere of influence. It might be coworkers, people you met at the grocery store, along your journey that you may not know, but you've met them. And extend it now to your neighborhood and through your town, just letting that love light go all through the town and filtrate through. Now see that light going a little bit further. Now it's going to your state. So now you're almost observing from an eagle-eye view this love circling your state, and then starting to ooze out into the other states until it's filled up all of the United States. Beautiful. Now go ahead and bring that love and that awareness to different continents outside of the United States or wherever you're at, just bringing and filtrating all throughout until you're almost to this eagle-eye view of the whole world. And this love in your heart is attached to this love that you're sending out to the whole world. Beautiful. Now taking all of that love, and I want you to bring it almost like a thread of light or a cord or almost like a rushing, beautiful river of water to the very thing that you want to experience, have, or create. And send it to there now, feeling it, seeing it, infiltrate with love as if it's happening right now. Sending that love there right now, feeling it throughout your body, opening your heart even more, knowing that all the people in the world that you've just given love to are also pouring their love into that thing, that idea, that experience that you are experiencing and creating right now. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in, being in gratitude that you were able to be in this moment, to connect with a higher field, to connect with your heart space, to connect with source, to connect with souls. Trusting in the timing, trusting in the process of everything. Knowing that you are now visited the infinite field, taking a big deep breath in, knowing and trusting and saying, and so it is. Go ahead and repeat that out in your mind or out loud, and so it is. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. Taking one last deep breath in, exhaling it out. Slowly start to come back to the present, to your body, to your sensations, to the room you're in now, opening your eyes slightly, slowly moving your body. Beautiful. Go ahead and just come into awakened space, taking your hand over your heart, being grateful for this body, this experience, this mind, this intention that gets to create. And so it is. I have loved spending this time with you today on this podcast episode. And my hope and prayer for this podcast is to be a truth teller of how you really manifest, to be a truth teller of your power, and to not make it bigger, embellish, or to make it fancy, or to make it marketable, but to make it real. If this episode has helped you in any way, I invite you please to click that share button in the upper right-hand corner so that your friends and family who follow you can receive this inspiration as well. And if you don't mind, in that upper right-hand corner when you're sharing, click the follow button so that you don't miss all the episodes that are coming down the pipeline for you. Your phone will notify you if you follow so that you don't have to look for it. It'll tell you when a new episode has dropped, wrapping you up in the biggest hug. And I can't wait to hear your stories around creation and manifesting. I'm sending you all my love. And until next time.